Hi, I'm Luke from livegrids.com.au, and this is just a quick run through on what LiveGrids is. Uh, we'll just fix the screen for our American viewers. No, I can't deal with that. You guys can just turn your monitors upside down. Okay, so LiveGrids. It started life as a whiteboard replacement for Speedway and is continuing to evolve to this day. A bit of background. I built LiveGrids back at Premier Speedway when I was doing the dummy grid there. After we came back from the lovely COVID shutdowns, and watching 50 odd people crowding around the whiteboard, watching their final starting positions slowly be written up. And I went, there has to be a better way of doing this. And since then, it's grown into what it is now, which is quite a large platform and continuing to evolve. I'm focusing on doing the whiteboard and the grid features properly before moving on to what results and live timing are on our roadmap. But being that I've actually done the job that this is trying to help, I'm not just pushing out a broken product. We spend time getting it right. We spend time talking to users and so forth, and taking their feedback on board. Unlike other platforms around, we focus on doing what we do well and making it work for particularly the Australian audience. So let's have a bit of a look around. So the main landing page the public would see would be this LiveGrids landing page, which has all the current upcoming events. Obviously we're in between seasons, so it's not very populated. If we'll go back and look at a past event that was ran, Easter Night 3. So the public would see this. Now this is all mobile friendly as well. Sees current running order of what's to come. Completed events. There are no completed events on this one. So as the back end marks these as complete, they just disappear. We have obviously the grids with up-to-date grids. You've got the ability in the back end to hold back a grid if you're waiting for a steward or something like that, or points, or it's just all gone horribly wrong and you need a minute to clear. Once it's been published, if you make an update, you have the ability to mark it as corrected so that the viewers instantly see something's changed. I better check where I still am. Obviously we've got a nominations page which can be linked on your socials pre-event, so they can go, who's racing? Obviously we've got super rods, sprinters, sporties, and then on top of that we have a TV view. So this is predominantly for the pits. Instead of a whiteboard, we put up a TV, generally with a laptop sitting beside it to run it. And so this just automatically updates as the program goes on. You mark it complete, they all shuffle down, so you can see the B mains here, but the finals aren't quite on the TV. On a real event, this B main and A mains wouldn't be filled at this point. We obviously haven't done the heats. So as the heats are run, they disappear off the screens, the mains jump onto the screen as we go. We've got single file for the sprint cars have requested, so that's the way they like to see it. On the public views, we've chosen to go traditional dual file for the sprint cars on the public view, because obviously the public is a little bit confused as why they're single file on the grid, but then they line up side by side out on the track. So as I said, this just goes on as the night goes on. It's all live updating. And so yeah, that's the public side. And then once you've obviously got a we can go into, we'll have a quick look. Let's have a look through Premier. That one. So we've obviously got nominations, races, starting grid. So noms is pretty self-explanatory. We take bulk adding of cut and paste. We take a handful of different types, including from orbits. We can import out of orbits, and I believe we can import from fueled from memory. Races, so this is where you set your schedule for the night. We have the option to mark it as an info only thing, so it comes up on the schedule as an event, but no grid attached. So for instance, The fireworks is an info-only event. The two-seater sprint car ride is an info. So it comes up on the schedule, but there's no grids attached to it. We can do single file, obviously, which is all the sprinter events. As the night goes on, we go complete, complete, complete as they roll out and they disappear off the screen. If, oh shit, it's raining, we need to get the rods out. Cool, drag and drop the rods, save, and away we go. We can obviously delete events, so forth. We can quickly add one and then drag it up into, oh, we need something. So that's, you know, as it's built to be dynamic as the race night goes on. You know, it's not, you get your paper printout and then go, oh, it's raining, we need to get the street stocks out or the super rods out. Now you got to try and communicate that, oh, by the way, we scratched the B main, or, you know, that's very easily done where you couldn't traditionally do that with paper. Onto the starting grids, the meat and potatoes. So obviously this is all pre-filled. So we've got, obviously it's a corrected grid. So we can also, oops, I made a mistake. He's meant to be the other way around. You can drag and drop and save. You can go Jack Jordan blew his motor, righto, delete, clear him, and everybody else moves up. Simple as that, which is obviously crisscross on the public view. We can save, and done. There is obviously all this. The finals are pre-filled because this was a race, but you know you can drag and drop this from an Excel spreadsheet or Orbits or something like that. We have printout, so let's go all classes, print, and you'll get something like this, which you can hand out to the people who love paper ones. You know who you are. We obviously can export, and so that's the crux of the back end. That's the crux of the back end, and obviously in here we've got venue management to add events and that sort of stuff. Right, so this is the dummy grid mobile or tablet view. Obviously, once you're logged in, this is what you would see. You'd pick the current event you want to use if you have authorization to edit that event. So we'll go look at the Premier. So as if we flick to completed view, we can see obviously some events have been completed elsewhere. We can complete as they roll out the gate. We can, oh crap, need the street stocks up. Bang, save, drag and drop. Oop, edit, drag and drop, save. Righto, that's that part. Then we go to the grids. So now it says info only. There's no grid for obviously the two-seater. There's only one two-seater out there. Let's move along to somewhere like here. Righto, sports sedan's coming out. Right, he's there, he's there, he's there. Oh, we hold. He blew his engine. Let's mark that as scratched. He's run up. We need 2 minutes. No problem. 2 minutes. Now you've got a 2-minute timer arrives. Now, the other thing we should mention with this is if you have a second tablet in the steward's tower, they are seeing all these updates happen in real time. So the stewards know what's going on and they can be the ones to go start the timer. Stop the timer, obviously. Oh, he's here. Cool. Cancel the request. He's here. Oh, we got the engine going. He's here too. This is, and then, yep, he's here. They roll out the gate. Complete. Next one. And if we were in auto mode, it would keep rolling along with us. So this is something we're really proud of that will really work at the dummy grid. And it, once again, is dynamic for stuff. Now, obviously you can't change order at the dummy grid, but that's not traditionally done there. That's done in the steward's tower, and the timing guys go, you know, Ian Madison blew his engine, we'll move it up for you. And obviously the changes will be reflected here. But this is, instead of the pen and paper going, he's here, he's here, he's here. Who was that asked for 2 minutes? We can now go bang, 2 minutes. And then upstairs now knows, you know, that Frank Grisk is waiting. Cool, gate's closed, start the timer. Frank Grisk, hurry up, put it together. Let's see how good your team is. So that's something we're really, really proud of. So we've got a listing for the tracks, which you could use direct linking. So for instance, Avalon's pre-filled this season. Got all their events. We can jump to an event if we wanted to look at it. Obviously, there's nothing there because we haven't got any no nominations yet. We can link to your tickets, your directs, your website, all that sort of stuff. So that's about it. As I said, happy to reach out. This is my contact. Just be aware, if I don't grab the phone and you get the message bank of my day job, don't be alarmed. You know, this is a side project and a labour of love for myself, but you know, maybe one day. But bills keep coming, so yeah. As I said, more than happy to have a chat. More than happy to set up a Zoom to you know, go through all this. Yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys, and see you out and about.